Well, hello to all my idols out there. My name is EJ and welcome to this review. On this channel, we normally talk about TV shows, we dive into recaps, and then we do reviews, and I love getting into it. We've done American Horror Story, we just wrapped up Yellow Jackets, and now we have The Idol, the newest show from Sam Levinson, who does Euphoria. HBO has this scandalous, controversial, to be honest, I wish this was more shocking. Yes, we will discuss all of that in my review for The Idol. First and foremost, hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I will have these videos a bit more on time. I'm fighting like strep throat this week or something, so truly sorry for the delay, but I am really excited to talk about this, mostly because what the hell was all the controversy about at Cannes? I know that they've seen more episodes than just this one, but this was like one of the most least shocking things I've seen from HBO. Like, I feel like Game of Thrones, like, first season did more offensive, more in-your-face things than what this produced. Like, I liked it though. I thought it was, there's a lot in this. There's a lot to unpack. We had the Rolling Stone article that came out months ago of like, this show is just torture porn. It's so graphic and all the on-set behavior, and I'm like, okay, but none of the actors have spoke about it. Sure, NDAs could be pretty thick through here, but I'm just curious. I was like, oh wow, there's a lot going into this. How shocking, how disgusting. I was expecting depravity, and yeah, this show discusses very taboo things. It's a very like in-your-face thing, but this is also one of the most realist shows I've seen with the pop landscape of poor Jocelyn is getting spoke about, but no one's speaking to her. Like, it's interesting. This is a very tricky world dealing with pop stars. I mean, we can literally go on Britney Spears' Instagram right now and go through 5,000 conspiracy theories about what the hell's happening to her mental health and Free Britney and all that jazz. It's a weird world in pop music. I mean, Lady Gaga used to, what was it, like dissect the fame, the idea of being a famous blonde pop star throughout her first work. So I think The Idol was an interesting companion piece to something like Lady Gaga's Paparazzi. There's a lot there that just feels like, it just feels very Andy Warhol, very like cyclical, where wow, we just go through this with pop stars every so often. And now Jocelyn, our main character in this movie, is the latest pop star to deal with mental health battles, to deal with controversies, to deal with leaked photos. And how's she going to do it? And, you know, she has an interesting idea, a path for life she wants to take, and then she meets a mysterious cult leader who is going to change her life completely, for good, for bad, who the hell knows, but I'm intrigued of where this story will go. At the bare root of it, it's very like A24, this brings me back to Spring Breakers, one of my favorite movies from A24, which is one of my favorite films. Harmony Korine ate that movie up. Maybe he should have directed this. Would have been way more shocking. But yeah, no, I think this show has a good premise, a good story. I love fame. What fame will do to women, what fame will do to men, and how we ride through fame. I'm curious to see what Jocelyn's character will go through. I'm hoping she has a happy ending, like kills the cult leader, releases her own album, has a Kesha, like, I'm here, bam, here's my new album kind of vibe. I want something from this show, and I hope it goes that way. Sam Levinson, I liked Euphoria, but boy, he puts you through the ringer as a fan. So this is just going to be a lot to deal with. But again, overall, the show is okay. It's a little slower than I thought. I was expecting more shocking moments, but I love the music. I think the acting talent, like Rachel Sennett, Dan Levy, like Troye Sivan, like, oh my god, Lily-Rose Depp, the acting is great. And then The Weeknd is there. Abel, bro, Abel's not that bad. The Weeknd is not a horrible centerpiece of the show. He's just so, like, everyone else is doing the most. Like, Lily-Rose Depp is smoking, like, 75 cigarettes in 1 minute, and I'm, like, feeling it. And Abel's like, hello, I'm walking through the house looking like the goddamn Undertaker. Like, and we will get into a little bit of that later. But yes, overall, I like where this is going. I want to see where this progresses. But let's get into the recap now. We discussed the review. You got my overall feelings of The Idol. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this episode. Following the death of her mother, Jocelyn is back with a new pop cycle to go through. She's trying to do her comeback. She wants to make it strong. But, again, her mental health state's not great. The industry's also really weird. There's intimacy coordinators who have to talk about the nudity writer. There's her managers who are all just sleazy people. Like, oh my goodness, I would hate to deal with the PR people, the creative directors, all of these people just speaking at you. Not speaking to you, not speaking with you. They're just speaking at you. It would drive me crazy. So yeah, Jocelyn's just trying to get through this photo shoot, learn her choreography. She's 1-2 stepping. It ain't great, but Jenny from Blackpink's over here like, da, ba, killing. And I'm like, I don't listen to a lot of Blackpink, but I forgot y'all girls can entertain because she was eating up the choreography in a scene that wasn't even hers. Oh my goodness. So all of this is happening and a photo of Jocelyn leaks. What happens? Well, there's a bunch of bodily fluids upon the girl's face. Okay, and they're like, what do we do? What is going on? How do we handle this? They're all trying to hide it from Jocelyn, and it's just super awkward. She ends up finding out, and her reaction is, I mean, it could be worse. And it could be. Like, again, I love people's comments, like, Paris Hilton's made like $1 billion off sex tapes, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, but still, it's not great. This is still such a personal, private thing, especially what she's going through, shoving it in everyone's, it was a lot for Jocelyn, but she seems to ride through it. Though, with all the pressure, the intimacy coordinator not making her own, all of this is just riding down on her. So she goes out to the club with her friends. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a nice little club trip until she meets Abel. Tredos? What is his name? What kind of cult leader? Trey? I'm going to call him Trey for now. Whatever. Weeknd's character is sleazy, gross, he owns the club, but he sees Jocelyn performing. It's very Showgirls, where, like, everyone seems to be in love with this woman. Like, she has beer-flavored nipples because everyone must be, like, obsessed with her. He sees her, he's instantly hooked on her. She's hooked on him as well, I think, again, because he's speaking to her. I know he's going to be a creepy cult leader, piece of poop, but I do like that he actually went down to her level and said, let's speak. I'm speaking to you. What do you want? That is that moment with these girls, and that's why, that's why a lot of women especially get sucked into cults, because of what's happening in the world. They need that moment of someone speaking to them, and these cult leaders usually find that weak spot and go right in. That's exactly what happened here, and we're seeing them kind of grow. I mean, she goes home from the club, and she's choking herself and touching herself, and I'm like, girl, over the weekend's a rat tail? Not I, said this gay. Anyways, so she's starting to get ready. She's talking to her friend slash assistant, which he calls that out for, like, oh, that works out well for her. She's kind of questioning her place in pop music. Abel, Weeknd, Trey, whatever his name is, already, kind of put a seed in her, like, I want you to make Prince music, like, very personal, very thing. And now she's hearing her, like, get freaky song. And I'm like, I mean, banger. I would listen to the hell out of her cheesy pop song, but it's not great. Especially a year after your mother's death, come back with something more honest, more yourself. And he's trying to pull that out of her. Weeknd ends up coming to her house and she's getting ready and her assistant's like, sis, rat tail bro from the club, he looks like a rapist. And she goes, that's what I kind of like about him. Everyone's been like flagging that line of dialogue, and I just feel like sometimes people don't have offensive, shocking friends to talk about stuff with. I truly would call up my friends when I was 21 and be like, this is the creepiest man I've ever met. I'm in the car with him. That's just how girls talk. I think there's something about the dialogue and the frankness of this that are throwing people off, like, oh, they're smoking cigarettes. Oh my God, they're talking about sex and they're so gross. And I'm like, yeah, do y'all not do that on your... What's wrong with y'all? Anyways, some prude-ass people watching this show. Yeah, so Weeknd comes over. They're starting to talk about the song. He hears it, and he's just like, I need some soul. Like, again, she's not singing like a freak. He's like, I don't believe you. You're talking about being a freak, but it's not coming out of you like that. It seems like you're just reading lyrics. And he kind of, calls her out. She kind of agrees. So they start getting real freaky. We saw she looked to be choked earlier. He puts a dress over her and starts choking her out with it and then puts the hole in the mouth. And it's a very erotic, very intense, very like, oh. And then he goes, now you can sing. But I was like, ooh, again, there's a part of me that likes what he's doing. He's trying to make a perfect pop star, again, in his image, what he wants in his creepy cult-like way, but he's just like, I need you to be organic. I need you to be real. I need you to speak from the soul. And hell, I hope she ends up like killing him or doing something crazy to get out of the cult, but I bet her music is going to be banger after banger after banger. I like where this premise is going. Again, first episode, not a lot happened. It just kind of went through it. A lot of vibes, a lot of good music. I'm like, oh, look, Nicki Minaj is playing in the background. Oh, Madonna. Like, I like the vibes of this. I just needed a little bit more action because what was here was good, just wasn't enough. Well, that is it from my first look at The Idol. This is my first review for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot in this show. There's a lot to talk about. Like, on and off the set of this, what the hell's going to happen? Is this too controversial? Was this not controversial enough? What do you all think? What did you think of The Idol? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you want to see me do more The Idol. If you want to see me talk about American Horror Story, we're filming. Kim Kardashian's in it. She looks great. Cannot wait. But yes, I need more from you guys, so let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you think of this show. Oh boy, let's talk about The Idol down below.